Jedward, stars of the X Factor, strolled past my studio window as we were embarking on this conversation. So I went and grabbed them, and they join me now. It's lovely to see you, fellas.
Hey, James.
Nice to see you.
You just walked by that window and we said, yeah, let's get there in the studio.
You see, you thought I was making this up. Before I ask you to chip in on that issue, I presume that since we last saw you on the telly, your feet have barely touched the ground.
I know, me and Edward did so. Our feet are on the ground because I feel that me and Edward were so normal about everything, and everyone's like going, oh my god, Jedward Mania, so big. And me and Edward, I just still do the normal things like going to the shops, getting like the cheapest clothes, just doing normal.
Why would you buy the cheapest clothes?
I don't know, because that's what we used to do. Like, yeah.
Okay.
I know, usually
treat yourself.
We're usually on stage, like, doing loads and loads of dancing and stuff, and then we just get off stage, and then you see, like, all your fans. Usually, like, sign, like, 1,000 autographs a day. You get to meet so much fans. They all go crazy. You sign, like, loads of crazy stuff, and that's it.
What was your life like a year ago, then? I mean, just give me a flavour. I watched much of the show. I didn't watch it religiously, as I know a lot of your fans did, and I know that you were the big story. I mean, I think there were 1,300 complaints where Simon Cowell kept you in. It's just been reported today that the authorities have rejected those complaints. I don't know if you knew that. They've said that he was perfectly entitled to make that decision. But a year ago, what were you doing? What was your life?
Well, me and we were in school, and we used to run 6 times a week with our running club in Dublin, DSD, and we used to do like so much running. We used to have our homework done, and sometimes we'd miss not having our homework done, and we used to have to study. Then we said, like, let's go for the X Factor, and then we did it, and it came on the TV, and everyone was like, oh my god, I hate those guys. And then we were like, had to go into the show, and everyone else was like loved, and we were hated. And then we were on the show, and we had to like show everyone who we were. And now we've just come off the show. Well, no, we haven't just come off the show. It was like November. The thing is about outside, it took like time for people to kind of get used to us and kind of get to know us.
Did it bother you, Edward? I mean, no one likes to be sort of slagged off in any circle.
But it was kind of weird because we knew like lots of these people didn't know us personally. Like we knew our friends and family thought there was nothing wrong with us. Like we always had each other.
That must help.
Like the whole thing.
I suppose.
It's kind of weird. Like think about it. Everyone else didn't have each other. They're just there in the whole experience themselves. They don't usually go through an experience, and you want to go tell your family, but then they you can't express them the way it is. But it's cool that John's there to like kind of live it with you.
And how much of the negativity did you see, John? I mean, because I know you're kept in the house, you're shepherded to and from the studio. Some of the newspaper stuff was pretty nasty, pretty unkind. Do you get shielded from that, or are you aware of the public feeling?
I think it's good to be aware of what's going on around you and accept it and talk about it. It's not about just kind of brushing everything off and going, yeah, I'm okay. It's about acknowledging what people are saying about you and talking about it. And I think that's what me and Eric did during the whole thing. We told people how we felt about it. I felt that in a way it was a good thing because I felt that people either hated us or they loved us, and people had an option with me and Eric. They didn't have, you know, most people they have, oh, they're amazing. Yeah. And no one can speak out and go, oh no, I don't really like them. With me and Eric, you could just say, oh no, I don't like them, or because it's better to like make an impression on people than just be like this person that everyone thinks is okay and they're just there in the corner. Then just like you might as well just make like a statement. I think it's cool that me and her had like this real big hair, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, the Jedward hair."
You were certainly recognisable. There's no getting away from it. I didn't get what all the fuss was about when I first saw you on the X Factor. I thought, well, why is it these two that everybody's talking about? But then I think it was under pressure, and when you performed that, there was just I saw, and it's hard to put your finger on what it was because you're not Pavarotti, are you? You don't have necessarily the finest voices in the world, and your dancing was believable. Let us say you didn't look as if you'd spent the last decade and a half in a dance studio or hardcore choreography. But I think I could be wrong because I am old. But I think what the appeal was, you'll go far, was that you were clearly having such a phenomenal amount of fun on that stage, you couldn't not pick up on that.
Because I think we went on stage is that usually when you see artists on stage, there's always something lacking, but we just kind of really enjoyed ourselves. And I feel when people look at that, they can enjoy themselves and see that we're just having so much fun on stage. Like the amount of like the feeling going out on live TV, knowing that there's so much people watching you, and so much people are going to like be talking about this the next day. They just want to go out and kind of just go for it. But I think that me and I were like so new to the whole thing that it was such a new experience for me now that we just didn't want to hold back. We just wanted to. We worked really, really, really hard in what we were doing, and we could just go out on stage and just have so much fun with it and be confident in what we were doing because we like worked hard during the week.
What happens now then? What's the plan? You got a record out?
Yeah, we have our new single coming out the 31st of January, and then it comes out in physical download the 15th of February, and it's with Vanilla Ice. Like I can't believe it. We recorded it. We're doing the video in on Wednesday, and he's like flying over from America to do it with us, and then we're gonna have like 4 scenes. We're gonna have a car. We're gonna be doing loads of crazy stuff. Like the video's gonna be really, really cool. Because think about it, like usually when you have a song, you need like have a cool video, because the video kind of makes the song cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. I'm not that old. I know what a blooming pop video is. I understand the importance of a video when it comes to flogging a record.
Ice,
you won't be doing that bit though.
Why? No, we are doing that bit.
What bit's he doing then?
He's doing the rolling in my 5.0, a ragtop dancing, my hair can blow.
And now the
party's on standby, waving just say hi. Did you stop? No, the Stroba.
Of course he is. Sorry, what a stupid question.
He's a really, really nice guy, and we met him on the Tuesday before the National TV Awards, and we were just talking to him normally, and he had a lot of really good advice for us. Like, he has a lot of good sayings, and he was like a real down-to-earth normal guy about everything, and it was kind of cool going through the raps with him, because he wrote them, and he wrote the song when he was 16 years old, and he started off being like a break dancer at age 14. And
this is the one with the under pressure sample, isn't it? It's got the
the riff that Queen made. The reason why we did it on the X Factor in the first place was that we did the Queen song the week before, so me and John found the Ice Ice Baby song, and we decided to kind of mix them both together to kind of spice it up a bit, because people were like, oh, they're doing a Queen song again, but like we kind of mixed it up. No one saw it come in, and then it was really, really cool.
So that's out on the 31st.
Yeah.
Of this month. What do you reckon? Number one?
Think about
it, guys.
You
ready? I mean, because this would be your first real test outside of the X Factor bubble, won't it?
I think it comes down to like just loads of hard work, loads of radio interviews, loads of everything, promotion.
It's not hard work doing radio interviews, John.
No,
it's a pleasure, mate.
No,
it's an absolute walk in the park.
Now.
What do you mean hard work?
I don't mean hard work. I mean like getting up early in the morning, going to bed late, and having long nights and everything, and like and just working really hard. I love radio interviews. They're so much fun. Like right now, this is live, and I could. Yeah.
Yes, you could, but you won't.
Everybody.
Absolutely. So it surprised you the amount of work there is. I mean, but when you were a year ago doing your running every day and popping up at school, presumably you thought pop stars just spend their lives in a jacuzzi and then turn up on top of the pops.
No, we always knew that. The thing is that like when you're like an outsider and you kind of look at these pop stars and stuff, but when you're involved in it, you realize how much work goes through, and it's not just about the face that you see in the public eye. You have to like work with so much people. You have to do so much work, like every little detail, and doing like photo shoots, all this type of stuff was like really cool. Yeah, it was still a lot of fun at the time, but then you have to realise that you have to be focused and kind of get all the work done.
Fair enough. Let me ask you a slightly more serious question, which ties in with something that we've been discussing all morning, and which I think you're both very qualified to comment on. There's some research out today that shows that young people are more unhappy with the way they look physically than ever before. Not just girls. Girls are twice as unhappy as boys. Yeah. And you're both, what, 18?
Yeah, we're 18. So I think that's down to like all these magazines, people saying you have to look a certain way. I think that, you know, like a lot of people, they have to like go out to the shop and go, Mom, can I have money to buy like the new clothes or whatever? But I think that people shouldn't be so obsessed the way they look, because me and Ed, I know like we have this hair and it's all like the way we look as well, but everyone thinks it's a big deal. Like our fans go to us, I touch your hair, and it's like, yeah, mess it up if you want, because it's not a big thing to us. But when we came into the X Factor, we never knew that it was going to be such a big deal. Like, whoa, your hair. And then I feel like all these young people, they just need to zone out the whole situation, realize they don't have to be like the next person, because then you won't be special and unique. Because then, like, think about it. That's Britney Spears because she's Britney Spears. Like, if everyone trying to copy her, but you'll never be as good as number one source. You just have to be the best of you.
That's a brilliant point, because that would make you unhappy, because you're never going to actually
you're never going to be as good as someone else, so you just have to be the best that you can be. But you know when you see these people and they're kind of like walking around kind of going, oh, I don't care, this kind of whole image, but they actually try really, really hard. They go to All Saints and all these different places and spend a lot of money on clothes to look a certain way. But I feel that it comes down to just wearing clean cut clothes, and I feel that me and Edward, when we
How vain are you? How vain are you?
Huh?
How vain are you? Stop laughing at your brother and tell me is one of you vainer than the other?
I don't think me and Edward are vain, really.
You've got to be a bit vain to spend that amount of time doing your hair, fellas.
It takes like 5 seconds. We do not spend that much time doing our hair. We can do our hair in 5 seconds, but like people that we work with, they get that certain effect and make it look that way. Like, we don't make a big deal about it. We're just like, whatever. Sometimes we have like hairstylists and like they do our hair, like some people for different things, and if our hair didn't look good, we wouldn't say it to them, because you know they put so much effort into it. So we're never kind of too fussy. As long as our hair is up in the air, whatever, it's fine.
Alright, well, only one of you is looking the
Can we just give a shout out to all our followers on Planet Jedward on Twitter? Wait, hold on, I want to say something. But like, I remember me and her used to be in Dublin, and we used to like, we never used to bother going to the hair barber, so we used to cut the side of our hair, and people in Dublin would go, cut your hair, it's too long. And then we went on the X Factor and we didn't bother.
I have a feeling, John, Edward, that you'll never be cutting your own hair again. It's been a pleasure to meet you, fellas. I wish you all the very best of luck. I've got to go now. It is live. This is LBC 97.3.
was on a training course at another store. I came down, a colleague came down, another